What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Devslopes. This video is going to be a little bit different, literally different. This is Tang. I'm wearing my pajamas right now. Okay, I just got finished eating a frozen burrito. In fact, I think I'm going to make another one. While that's going, we're going to talk about what this video is going to be about. So, should you learn how to code in 2024? Now, I've talked about this in every single video, and the answer to that is yes. And I think odds are you probably already know why you should learn how to code. The salary, the job lifestyle, being able to work remotely, being able to have a career where your back's not aching. The list goes on and on. There's so many reasons why you should learn how to code. But we're gonna talk about why people think they shouldn't learn how to code. And what excuses you might even be telling yourself, which are valid sometimes, but it's time to kind of push those excuses to the side and dive right in. So the biggest one that's really popular is I am not smart enough. You might think you are not smart enough to learn how to code. You think that you know things about code, but whenever you actually open up an editor and try to build something, you didn't retain any information. So you're like, okay, clearly I'm not the smartest person in the world to know how to code. This is too much for me. And then you give up. A lot of people also think you need this high level of math skills. You need to be like a math wizard. Dude, you don't need to be a super genius. You need to have basic junior high level math. You need to know how to multiply. You know how to add, subtract, maybe do division. If there's a difference between long division and regular division, don't ask me, I'm not the person to ask, but you need to be able to, do basic math. I'm not saying you don't need, to be able to multiply and things like that. Obviously, you should know that. And if you don't, so you don't need to be a math wizard. You don't need to be the smartest tool the sharpest tool in the shed. If you have an Android phone, maybe you'll have like a 1-up over everybody else because you guys are weird. But yeah, it's not that deep. The next thing people will also say is like, I need a college degree. I need a college degree. I can't go to college. I can't go to college for 4 years. I got a family. I got kids. You don't need a college degree. You don't. Anybody who tells you that is just trying to get clicks on YouTube and trying to scare you for clicks. A lot of people do that. Employers do not give a shit about a piece of paper. This is just the honest and transparent truth. If you wanted to be an electrician, would you join a university or would you join the freaking trade? You don't need a computer science degree to say I'm a developer. You're not trying to become a doctor. That's a little bit different. You don't want a doctor to walk in, during a checkup and be like, yeah, I joined a doctor academy and, learn how to become a doctor in 16 months. that would kind of scare the shit out of me. You're building websites, you're building software, and you don't need a degree in order to do that. So the next people are worried about is AI. AI, this abomination has entered the chat and everyone's jobs are gone. I made like 6 videos about this. I'm tired of talking about it, but I'm gonna say it one more time with the analogy I use every single time. Back in the day, you had farmers. You had 20 people working on a farm. And then this thing called a tractor was invented. And then you only needed 5 people working on a farm. But you still needed people working on a farm. The same thing applies with programming. All AI is going to do is make the job easier, which means you need to actually spend time learning how to code the right way. This is the developer you don't want to be. Code monkey. You don't want to be a code monkey. Essentially, you don't want to be a programmer who just, sits all day and writes pointless and useless code and subpar code. That's all that AI is going to be replacing, is monkey coders. Do you want to be a monkey coder or do you want to be a good developer with a long-lasting career? Do you want a future-proof career? It's that simple. AI is not coming for your jobs. If you ask ChatGPT, in fact, we're going to do that right now. We're going to pull up ChatGPT. Will AI replace programmers? AI has the potential to automate certain aspects of program, but it is unlikely to completely replace programmers in the unforeseeable future. While AI can assist with repetitive and routine tasks, programmers involve creative problem solving, critical thinking, and understanding complex requirements, which are currently beyond the capabilities of AI. Now, for the people who are saying, AI is currently beyond the capabilities of AI, please just go to another channel because you guys are the type of people to say, I shouldn't shower because there's a chance I could get cancer from the soap I'm using. Like, just relax. Don't be afraid or discouraged by these things because it's going to make your job easier. And this is going to be the future of programming. And programming and AI are going to work hand in hand together. And you clearly need to learn how to use it. Now, the other thing that I hear a lot is the job market is too saturated. Let me tell you what it's too saturated with. It's too saturated with crummy developers. The same developers who are worried about AI taking their job. It's too saturated with developers who don't have the necessary skills in order to go out and land a job. It's too saturated with developers who look at one coding tutorial, build a calculator app, and then think that they are a developer. It just doesn't work that way. Now, the other thing that people are worried about is, well, Twitter and Facebook and Google, they all let go of so many employees. Okay, don't work at Twitter, Google, or Facebook. Go work at Walmart as a developer, or Spotify, or any other company. You don't have to work at a FANG company in order to become a developer. Because if you take a look at the tech layoffs, those were the biggest tech layoffs. If you look everywhere else, it's fine. And who knows? Maybe at Facebook, Twitter, and Google, they realized they had a lot of the same subpar developers. I will say this. The only reason you shouldn't learn how to code is if you think it's a get-rich-quick scheme. If you think coding is a get-rich-quick scheme, then yes, you should not learn how to code, because that mentality, you'll get nowhere. You'll get nowhere with that mentality, especially in programming. This is not drop shipping. But if you want to become a developer, understand that you're opening up a very large gateway, and there's no going back once you actually get started and try to get to the end. You're gonna be having to work constantly. It might take you 16 to 18 months in order to become a developer that can land a job. This isn't easy, and I'm not gonna say that it is easy. I'm not gonna say that learning to code is the easiest thing in the world. It's not. It's very difficult, but it's simple. It's very simple. You put in the time, you put in the effort, you get better. That's like with anything. Like when I started jiu-jitsu, I was freaking donkey at it. For those of you who don't know what jiu-jitsu is, it's pretty much like the stuff in the UFC when they're like rolling on the ground and doing like funny stuff with each other. But anyway, I started jiu-jitsu, and you guys think like I was just an expert at it at the beginning. Absolutely not. It took months and months and months and months of getting my ass beat before I actually was able to beat some ass. It's the same thing applies with programming. It's going to take months and months and months, but finally you're going to start getting better and better and better, and soon you're going to be the developer you want to be. Just like I am now a purple belt. You just level up as you go. And this applies with anything. If you wanted to become a good fencer, as weird as that may sound, you got to practice. If you want to become a good programmer, you got to practice. If you wanted to become a good actor, you can't expect to be like Leonardo DiCaprio the day you walk on your first set. Like, no, it takes time to get there. What's going to help you guys, though, is if you don't do this on your own. And what do I mean by that? I mean mentorship. Now, a lot of people out here like to preach being a self-taught developer. You can learn on your own. If you buy my $10 Udemy course, you can learn how to code. It just doesn't work that way, guys. And I mean, maybe for some people it does, but those people probably have like David Goggins level mentality, and they can just like, put their mind to something and really, accomplish it. But dude, let's be frank, that's not all of us. Sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes, you have families and kids, and you don't have time to just spend dedicated with that. And if you have something that will make that a lot easier, why not take advantage of it? I'm not saying go out and spend $40,000 to $50,000 on a university or a coding boot camp, but what I am saying is be open-minded to spending a considerable amount of money into your education, because you're investing in yourself in the long run. And if in the long run you're not being sworn into any, underlying agreements, like boot camps like to do ISA agreements, or colleges like to do these, massive student loans that you have to pay. But if you can find something that, can make life a whole lot easier and a little bit better to where you can still live your life while learning how to code, you need to go find that. Now, I'm about to talk about Devslopes, and you guys are probably going to, leave this video before I even get into that, and that's fine. But for those of you who have listened and stayed this whole video, I don't want you to think that this video was entirely created for me to be like, now, let me tell you about Devslopes, because it's really not. It's just legit. It's legit. You have to invest in your education, and I believe we have the best possible education to give you, and we have the resources you need in order to succeed. So you need a mentor. You need a mentor. You need a mentor. You need a mentor. Mentorship is very important when it comes to programming. If you want to be a blacksmith in the medieval ages, you didn't learn how to become a blacksmith by yourself. You had to be an apprentice to somebody. Same thing applies with programming. Same thing applies with becoming an electrician, like we said earlier. If you have someone that can hold your hand and show you everything, and I literally mean everything. I'm not just talking about coding skills. I'm talking about having someone who's been in the coding job industry, who knows the industry, who knows how to crush interviews, who knows how to build a perfect resume, who knows what mentality you need in order to go into programming. You have a mentor that can teach you all of these things on top of the technical skills, then that's the mentor you need. And at Devslopes, we do that. We have technical mentors who teach you the ins and outs of programming, what languages you need, all of the technical things when it comes to programming. We have a career specialist who can teach you how to crush interview questions, how to build the perfect resume, how to sell yourself. We have empowerment specialists. We have PhD level psychologists who can help you overcome things like imposter syndrome, not thinking you're smart enough, when you get discouraged and you don't want to code anymore. It's like basically having a therapist in your back pocket throughout your programming industry. Our CEO takes calls with students every single day in order to help teach them the things they need to learn. And it's completely online, which means you don't have to go uproot your job, uproot your life, uproot your family. And our times are designated for anybody. If you wanted to learn how to code at freaking from 6 to 8, if you wanted to learn how to code from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., whatever time available, we have class times for you every single day. Now, I'm going to stop talking about Devslopes. If you want to learn more about that, click the link in bio. Like I said, don't look at this as a freaking promotion thing. Like I'm trying to promote the company with this video. Like just relax. I'm just trying to spit you guys the facts and show you guys what you need in order to make your life easier. And if you're somebody who's like, fuck, I just have a life. I have to do so much. I don't know how to spend time into this. I can't do it on my own. I tried before. I tried buying a coding course. I didn't finish. I tried using coding tutorials and going the free route. It didn't work. I just got stuck. I didn't know what to do. I don't know what languages to learn. I don't know how to learn the languages. I don't know what a function is. I don't know what an array is. I don't know what an object is. I don't know anything about code, and I don't have the time to learn how to code because I have a life outside of code. If that's you, then yes, you need things that'll help you. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. And Tang. So, guys, the gist of this entire video is basically stop making excuses. If you want to learn how to code, go out and learn how to code. This should be the last video you watch about if you should learn how to code. Because the answer to this is yes, and I think you guys already know that. Just stop. Dedicate the time to it. Find the resources you need in order to succeed. If something like Devslopes seems fit to you, go learn that. If you think you can find other resources, by all means, go do that. Just stop making excuses and start learning how to code. It's 2024. Tang. Frozen burrito. Code. Pajamas. It doesn't get better than this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Like I said, if you want to learn more about Devslopes, click the link down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I'm wearing pajamas this video. Just hit it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.